Let's understand specific immunity in an interesting way with illustration that I've designed. I'm going to create that entire map of specific immunity, okay? And you will be able to understand everything in a very quickly. Now we'll start with antigen contact. So antigen is going to contact various cells. Let's talk about first the source. Antigen can come from anywhere, like flowers, pollens. They can generate right over here, as you can see, this green colored molecule is the antigen, and which is also not simple antigen. It's a complex antigen, bigger antigen, and that interacts with the dendritic cells. Second antigen, that can be a soluble antigen, very small fragment, right? That is known as soluble antigen. Smaller antigens, they can directly interact with the B cell. I'll come to that one. Now you can see these dendritic cells, they are presenting the fraction of those complex antigens on the MSC protein. These are the surface receptors. These are the dots I'm showing you in green color. These are the antigens. Now dendritic cells, they're gonna expose these antigens to the T cells, helper T cells specifically, and these cells, they are the helper T cells over there. Now helper T cells are going to bind with the T cell receptor, okay, and this is the helper T cell. Let me write it down. Now helper T cells on the other side is going to get activated, right? And you have on the other side, what you have is B cell, okay? So right over there you have soluble antigen. It's going to bind to the B cells, but B cell is not going to get activated by this interaction. It actually requires the activation from T cell right over here. So most B cells, they need stimulus from helper T cells. So activation of all these things are really important. Now let me explain the humoral part and also the cell-mediated part. That's why I'm creating that dotted line. On the right side you have cell-mediated response. Okay, on the left side you have humoral immunity. So let's start with humoral immunity, right? And then let me also label it cell-mediated immunity. Okay, so now let's understand that. You have B cell that got activated. Now this is the activated B cell. It is getting help from the helper T cell, right? And that is going to convert it into memory B cells. So memory, that's why you have that memory of the infection. It's also going to convert into plasma cell. Plasma cell is nothing but antibodies secreting, producing cells. These are the plasma cells. They can produce a lot of antibodies because they have a lot of endoplasmic reticulum, and this is the antibody that will protect us, right? Different antibodies, and that part is your humoral immunity. Now let's move on to the cell-mediated immunity. Where these helper cells, they got activated, and these are our activated T cells. Now activated T cells further are going to get converted into cytotoxic T cells, cytotoxic T lymphocyte. They're going to kill those infected cells if there are any. Then you have Th1 cell or Th2 cells, right? Helper T cells. Then you have memory T cells, and this is the part of the cell-mediated immunity where on the left side you have humoral immunity, where antibodies and B cells are involved. So this is how briefly I've tried to explain you the entire specific immunity cycle. I hope you're able to understand that, right? All right, so if you like this video, please then share this video, hit the like button, give some comments, good comments, okay? And if you want to learn about something more about biology related topics, let me know. I'll be creating a lot of these interesting topics in future also, and that will help you understand the topic in a very easy way. All right, okay. So if you have any doubt, just let me know. If you are preparing for some of the exams and you want to share your experience, please do let me know. We can communicate in the comment section. And please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.